For me, at that time, I was a 6-year-old. I and my family, we were living in the small village next to Trnava, maybe 50 kilometers from the Bratislava. So my first memory, and due to the fact that it is the first memory, is also the strongest one, is that I saw in the television. It was broadcasted live. It was a huge manifestation for the support of the public against violence movement, in fact anti-communist movement. So this was the first and really very, very strong experience about the atmosphere that was very visible, even in the television, that something is happening, something is changing, and that some crucial change will happen. But the atmosphere, we can feel it also from the television. We saw and we understand that this is something different that was in several years before, for example. I guess that was a crucial event in the Slovak history because in this year the end of communism happened, or the end of communism happened, and the democracy came into the Slovakia, and the Slovakia became once again part of the Western civilization. So this was the very important change. It was really specific. The Velvet Revolution in Slovakia, how to say, I don't know, I don't want to say the headquarters of the revolution, but square of the Slovak National Uprising at the center of the Bratislava is the center of the Velvet Revolution in the Slovakia. So, but of course there were another cities which, when the revolution spread across the Slovakia, of course the manifestations happened in each city, at the main street, at the main square. But the square of Slovak National Uprising is the well known. I guess, of course, there are the several symbols which remain the events of the Velvet Revolution or events of the change. First of all, as I've said, all the overcrowded squares and the streets, and the huge, very positive atmosphere because people were joined, people were together, and the togetherness of the manifestants was really, really strong. Then, of course, the symbol is the fall of the Iron Curtain. You know, the trip which was called Hello Europe that happened on December 10. It was also broadcasted by the television, and the people in Slovakia first time see that they can go to the western part of the Europe through the Iron Curtain, and they can walk free. So it is of course another symbol, the fall of the Iron Curtain. But of course there are also several other symbols. You've asked about the persons. So, due to the fact that the television broadcasted live the event on the squares, so we see also Mr. Jan Budaj and Mr. Milan Kňažko as the moderators of these meetings, of these manifestations. So, these two men are also the symbols of the Velvet Revolution in Slovakia. And of course, another symbols are typical, for example, in Poland and Hungary, the same, like the round table talks and so on. For example, in Slovakia, we are using the term Velvet Revolution or fall of the communism. But to be honest, and we have the different situation because we have the exact date, 17th of the November, where all the protests started, and probably 29th of December when Mr. Havel was appointed as a new president, and then the end. But the end. These dates, these months, was only the start of the process that developed during the time, and this process bring the split of the Czechoslovakia and the founding of the independent Czech state and the independent Slovak state. And of course, it is one of the memory on these democratic changes, you know, because some people considering all this process through this point of view, that at the end of the process was the independent Slovak Republic and the democracy. So it is, of course, the one point of view, and discussion about this process, about this phenomenon, are in the Slovakia actually at a very basic level. You know, it is not very deep. And maybe it will be I hope that it will be the topic for historians, politicians, political sciences, and so on this year when we will remember the 25th anniversary of the revolution. But I guess that it needs really deep and profound discussion, and we will see what this discussion will bring.